It's heating up to new levels of crazy. The
There
most
we
interesting part of this was that Adept had mentioned a court order, and if there really was a court order, that meant that they had gone to court against each other at some point. Why would they do that? Within a couple of hours, people online had found public court records showing that Adept had filed something against XQC. She even had a restraining order against him. The most bizarre thing was, this filing was a request for a divorce. Filed the same day, Adept posted the picture of the flowers in the McLaren. Had they been secretly married this whole time?
I am not married. I was never married. Is a restraining order, in the grand scheme of things, is not always what you think it is, okay? In a case like that, it's extremely common that it comes with it.
Within a day, big YouTubers and streamers were all talking about this divorce case. Destiny pulled the public court records and started going through them on stream. It turned out that Felix and Sammy had never been formally married, but Sammy was claiming that they had been common law married. Common law marriage is something that 8 states in the United States have, and in Texas, where Adept and XQC live together, the couple has to agree to be married, live together in Texas as husband and wife, and represent to others that they were married.
What Adept is trying to do is she's trying to make the argument that her and XQC probably met the requirements or should have met the requirements for common law marriage. So she's trying to file for a divorce now, because when she gets divorced from XQC, she's going to be entitled to some of his assets that were accumulated during the duration of the marriage. That's what she's trying to do. Gold digging. Unironically.
It became immediately clear that the stakes for this divorce case were immensely high. The house, the cars, the millions of dollars in crypto and other assets were all at stake.
Because people don't know, this is the biggest common law marriage case the world has ever seen, and only I got the court documents for now.
This is where a YouTuber called Henry Resilient comes in. If it weren't for Henry, most of the details about this case would be unknown to the public. He's a former investigator who got legal, legitimate copies of the court proceedings between XQC and Adept, and he's consistently been one of the first people to break news on this story. A link to Henry's channel is in the description right below the contractually obligated bit. Sorry, Henry, I gotta pay bills too. But make sure you guys hit subscribe, show him some love, because I got the very special opportunity to interview him for this video.
Bills.
The all-electric Genesis GV60. It won't take.
So why did you hit me up, jabroni?
As soon as I started researching this, like, you just kept popping up over and over and over. I'm like, okay, this is the subject matter expert, so I got to talk to the subject matter expert, right? And honestly, like, stepping back, looking at the whole timeline, this case is crazy. Like, it's nuts.
I've been trying to tell people this is the biggest common law divorce, craziest case known to man, and for the likes of me, no one will cover it.
In January, right when this news broke, Henry showed the affidavit where Adept asked for a temporary restraining order. Adept said she had been harassed and is afraid of further harassment, and therefore asks the court to issue a restraining order to bar XQC from speaking about the litigation until a full hearing can be held. She also told the court that they had been married since August of 2020. During that visit to see XQC in Canada, she had told immigration authorities that they were married because Canada wasn't allowing visitors into the country who were unmarried. She also says they've been living together in Texas since then and have presented themselves as married to friends and family. She also says that fans started doxing, harassing, and swatting them after they made their relationship public. In Henry's analysis of this affidavit, he asserts that Adept included this information in the lawsuit so she can sue him for money to cover the cost of armed security, therapy, and any other costs that could be associated with this. She even takes it a step further and tells the judge that she expects Felix to dox her and encourage his fans to harass and possibly physically harm her and her family. The temporary restraining order was granted fans to harass and possibly further and tells the judge that she expects Felix to dox her and encourage his fans to harass and possibly physically harm her and her family. The temporary restraining and encourage his fans to harass and possibly physically harm her and her family. The temporary restraining order was granted after this was filed, and XQC wasn't allowed to discuss any of this on stream. Adept had gone on to file an amended motion where she requests that Felix pay her attorney fees, give her sole possession of XQC's BMW and Tesla, prevent XQC from using the McLaren, prevent him from gambling, buying or wearing expensive clothes, and she asks the court to take $500,000 from him and give it to her if he violates the temporary restraining order.
Stop having fun. Stop having fun this instant.
Not long after, Adept and her lawyers filed a list of violations with the court, claiming that XQC had broken the restraining order and should be made to pay up. There's just one problem with this list of violations. It's chock full of lies. She tells the judge in this document that XQC leaked Destiny the court documents when Destiny had actually gotten them legally, as they were public documents. She also says that XQC streamed their argument on the 7th without her knowledge or consent. I'm pretty sure she just blatantly lied in that first list of violations. Like,
No way.
And I know lie is a strong word. Lie is a strong word, right? But I'm pretty sure she says that without her knowledge or consent, he allowed their argument to be live streamed. And I'm talking about that January 7th
the one I was just playing.
Allowing the discussion of pending litigation online. But she had actually typed in his chat 2 times before she started banging on the door.
Yes.
So is there no like repercussion for just saying whatever? Like that's a lie.
In family court, there's no repercussion. In criminal court, there's a thing called perjury. In family court, perjury really doesn't exist. But what she's been doing is trying to ensnare him in the family court system with a violation to find him in contempt. If I can get $1 million from entrapping you and violating this court order, it's worth it, right? Yep. It's worth it.
Just a few weeks after all these court documents came to light, on January 20th, the police were called to XQC's house in Texas. Once again, we have to thank Henry for getting a snippet of the police report and posting it on his YouTube. According to the police report, Sammy and her mother were in XQC's house without his permission. Apparently, Felix told the police that they were stealing his stuff because the reason for the report is a burglary in progress. Sammy told the police that they were married, and Felix told them that they had only been dating for about 6 months. Back in court, Felix's lawyers were arguing that they were never married. They asked the judge to come to a conclusion about whether they were ever married before trying to split up any of the assets like Adept's lawyers were requesting. The stakes just got notched up higher than ever.
If she convinces a judge that they were married, to dig into the finances and his gambling, it's going to hurt him. It's going to hurt sponsors. It's going to be bad, and he should just settle, in my opinion. Hey, bust her down for the McLaren, but she knows that if she goes for more, she can get it.
At the end of May, XQC had decided to move back into his Texas house. But when he asked a friend to go over and make sure it was ready for him to stream in, what they found was pretty surprising.
This is my brother? It's dark. There's no power, no water, no internet. Okay?
Just 2 days later, a clip from Adept's stream went viral.
I've been trying to tell the truth for a long time. This is my wedding ring. That's a truthful statement. I didn't purchase it for myself. That's a truthful statement. This wedding ring was purchased on May 8th, I think we said, right? Wasn't that the day of the receipt? And I didn't buy it. That's a truthful statement. I've been married for 3 years. That's a truthful statement. I got a phone call on May 15th. I got a phone call. I didn't call nobody. I didn't beg nobody to call me.
Now, it's pretty tempting to write off everything Adept says in this clip because she claims that she's been married for 3 years as a fact, when in reality, she had been fighting in court for 7 months to prove it. So it's not exactly a proven fact. But if you stop and think for a second, maybe there are some little hints of truth about what's been going on behind the scenes in what she's saying. And one of those things is the ring. If we consider the possibility that she didn't actually buy it for herself, where did that thing come from? A week later, Felix posted a cryptic video where he shows a tour of his entire Texas house room by room. He doesn't explain why, but the end of the video revealed a lot.
I'm getting out. Thank you for helping out.
The police were waiting outside the house, along with Sammy and possibly Sammy's mom. But were the police escorting Felix out of his own house? Were they escorting Sammy out of the house? Or something else? The next day on Twitter, fans were speculating about the ring and the reason XQC and Adept were staying in the same house. Felix replied to a tweet and said that cars were going around the house and that he got a call, presumably from Sammy, pleading for him to be there for safety. He says the pictures were taken off his phone while he was asleep. Do you think that incident where he went there and she was there and they spent the night in the house together, do you think that like muddied the waters of this whole trial?
No.
To build the Honda
because
CR-V
they're
hybrid,
arguing marriage.
took everything you love
Just because he went over
CR-V.
there to have sex with her, it doesn't mean that they were married. But what happened after that was the whole false allegation of assault.
Completely unknown to the public at the time, Adept had called the police and accused Felix of sexual assault. Now, on top of losing half of everything he owned, he was at risk of going to prison and being put on the sex offenders registry. There was also a temporary protective order issued against him, which is something usually only issued against violent or potentially dangerous offenders. Felix could now go to jail just for being around Sammy or saying the wrong thing about the case to the wrong person. Just a couple days after this police report was filed, XQC went to check his mail.
There was a letter that demanded an extremely sizable financial settlement, and these things wouldn't get out there. Very sizable amounts, and it basically wouldn't happen. I saw that, and in front of me with these two things happening, well, I had to make an adult decision. And the adult decision that I made is that I wouldn't budge on any of it, and I wasn't gonna buy my way out of anything.
Yo, Richard.
I wasn't gonna give in to evil.
What's going
and
on,
I wasn't
man?
gonna just let the waves wash over me.
After Felix denied the multi-million-dollar settlement demand, Adept and her lawyers kept pushing the court to make the protective
How's the
order
event
permanent.
business?
When going home, the border patrol agent were like, "Hey man, you have a protective order against you in the state of Texas. What about it?" I had to sit there in line at the airport and explain it, and I felt like I was treated like a criminal.
Felix also revealed that one of the nights they had spent together, he had passed out, and while he was passed out, Adept took his phone and over 700 pictures of text messages, Discord conversations, and all kinds of logs that he had on his phone with other people. Adept started to slowly leak some of these pictures, including one where she claims XQC paid one of his head mods to sleep with him. XQC's response was that he paid her flight and expenses to come visit him and watch him while he was sleeping, since he was still having night terrors and choking in his sleep. Adept went on stream and questioned why Felix couldn't just have a family member do this for him.
Oh, if you're worrying about your health, just call your family. Well, I couldn't do that anymore. I wonder why that happened. I wonder at the time why I couldn't call family. I wonder. Well, maybe because your ass.
And all kinds of his phone and over 7 hits.
And explain it, and I felt like I was treated like a criminal.
Felix also revealed that one of the nights they had spent together, he had passed out, and while he was passed out, Adept took his phone and over 700 pictures of text messages, Discord conversations, and all kinds of logs that he had on his phone with other people. Adept started to slowly leak some of these pictures, including one where she claims XQC paid one of his head mods to sleep with him. XQC's response was that he paid her flight and expenses to come visit him and watch him while he was sleeping, since he was still having night terrors and choking in his sleep.
I'm doing
Adept
alright.
went on
How are
stream
you?
and questioned why Felix couldn't just have a family member do this for him.
Oh, if you're worrying about your health, just call your family. Well, I couldn't do that anymore. I wonder why that happened. I wonder at the time why I couldn't call family. I wonder. Well, maybe because your ass made a massive drama that split me and my family apart entirely. It's almost like I had nobody at the time.
Felix's family, while supportive, were aware that he had a sexual assault case open against him. Nothing's going to cool relations at the family dinner table faster than being under investigation for being a monster. In the heat of the summer while all this was going on, Felix had finally revealed why he says all of this started.
I kept waking up and like injuring myself and shit like that, and I felt like I was gonna die soon. I felt like I wasn't gonna live very long. And then I got like people to organize everything, like investments, and get all my papers in order, and get a will. Answer all the questions normally, and then one of them was like, "Oh, what's your like status?" And then it's like, well, it's like single, you know?
How's the event
Like
biz?
like if I die, like okay, well, money will go to like family like that, and then after that, things just kind of like started like blowing the fuck up.
Felix says after this, his relationship with Sammy spiraled out of control, and she filed for a common law divorce against him. He said that ever since the will had been drafted, he had been trying to make as much money as possible so that in the event he dies, his family will be taken care of. To that end, Felix signed a $100 million deal with Kick, and it wasn't even exclusive. He could still stream on Twitch and keep making money over there as well. If he could beat the criminal case and the divorce, he could stack money for his parents and brother. At the end of August, Henry was searching for the SA police report. He knew it was out there and was getting closer. The police denied his request, but their response told him everything he needed to know.
It is information and internal records of a law enforcement agency relating to a closed criminal investigation that ended in a result other than a conviction or deferred adjudication.
The criminal case against XQC had been dropped.
After months of sitting in the dark, I actually had something or somebody tell me and validate that my brain was rooted in reality.
Once the criminal case was over, only the massive divorce remained. It was still the largest common law marriage case in history, and an untold amount of money was on the line. The final hearing was supposed to happen very soon, and it was at this point that one of the parties in the case asked for something very strange. Somebody asked for a jury trial.
Adept did, because the lawyer, she asked for the jury trial because the judge was giving her no play. She denied her alimony, she denied lawyer fees, She denied the $500,000 bond. The judge was not buying for 1 second that they were married. But because we're in America, we have to go through this judicial system. Even if I say, no, Jabroni hit me and I'm suing him for assault. And here's the lawsuit. And now Jabroni got to get a lawyer and prove that he didn't hit me.
You think they could kind of see the writing on the wall and they said,
Oh, yeah.
you know what?
100%.
We better get a jury. We're going to get you crying on the witness stand. Like,
because think about this. This has been going on since she filed in November of 2022. And from November 2022, at any point in time, she could have requested a jury trial. She wait until literally after the denial of everything, right before they're supposed to have their trial between, the trial in front of the judge, to request a jury trial.
The same judge that was hearing the divorce proceedings had heard the SA case, and she didn't like it. XQC was found to be a credible witness, and Adept and her legal team could feel that things weren't exactly going their way.
Look at my lawyer, dog! I'm going to jail!
But if Adept was losing ground in the courts, she was going to make one last-ditch effort to win in the court of public opinion. On the night of October 3rd, she went live on Twitch to do just that.
Why are these so hard to find? It's because I'm so crazy and I have so many screenshots, over 700. Baby girl, you want to add the numbers up? It's over 15. It's like over 2,000. You guys act like I said, that I'm not in a war. You guys act like I'm not at war.
Tons of streamers and content creators tuned into this stream, and it pulled over 4,000 concurrent viewers.
Like, even still, you guys have no idea how truly on and off things were in the last year.
I believe her.
You really don't know.
He was blowing her back out.
Adept then spent the rest of the stream reading messages that she had stolen from XQC's phone, picking out the particularly juicy parts in an attempt to make him look as bad as possible. She also leaked several people's real names that weren't public before. She spends a lot of time calling girls that Felix had been messaging and dating over the last year pick-me's, and she hints to having more messages that she can release if certain people make her mad. And then somebody at Twitch noticed.
See, the reason why I kept playing this song earlier, because I'm...
What happened? Let's hit a refresh. Damn!
Switch to Google Fi Wireless and get the Unlimited Plus phone plan with extra perks like 6 months of use.
The next day, XQC posted a video called "She Went Too Far and Got Banned." That's where a lot of the clips I've used so far came from. Since he was under orders from the court not to talk about a lot of these things, for a long time he didn't. But now, it was like a massive weight had been lifted from his shoulders.
And a lot of evil was shown, and a lot of terrible things were said and done. I sat there, and I was asked that question multiple times. Do you want peace, or do you want justice? And over again, I answered, I want peace. Now, where I'm at, I was asked, do you want peace or justice? I said, I want justice. I want justice now.
Then on December 4th, XQC had told his chat that he got a very unexpected text message.
I thought I'd never say the date, to be honest. But I was able to stream, and I got text message, email, and I want to go away from the computer, so I could call and confirm if it was true or not, and get an explanation. They just gave me the news that I was no longer in any significant legal battle, and it's all over.
After a year in court, it was finally over. The criminal case, the allegations, the leaked messages, the looming dread of not being able to speak about this, and the fear of going to jail or losing his empire, gone. Felix outlived the Overwatch League, survived countless swattings and police raids, and came out on top. And while it wasn't exactly a clean break, with Felix immediately trying to get back with Adept and then admitting he's an idiot, and the car ownership thing is still being worked out, it seems like the whole thing changed Felix in a pretty big way. When this started, he was someone who might have been more willing to settle, buy his way out of hard situations, and just want things to be easy in general. But it seems like this changed him, at least a little bit, into someone who wants justice. And that is one thing money can't buy. Just want to say thanks one more time to Henry Resilient. I couldn't have done this without him. Make sure you check out his channel, link in the description. If you like this video, you'll probably like my video I made a while back about the rise of XQC. And as always, thank you so much to my Patreon members and YouTube members who help fund this channel and make these videos possible. I could not do this without you guys, and I'm so very grateful. As always, thanks for watching. Stay weird, internet. See you next time. Peace.
We're back tonight with the 2024 Acura TLX. I already filmed a full review on this car, but I wanted to give you guys a supplemental POV night drive on this. Show you what the interior and exterior lighting look like, give you guys some final thoughts on my time with this week.
You can hear me.
If you haven't already, go check out the full review. But the summary is, I really
don't
like
know
this
why
car.
the
It's been a lot of fun to spend time in this week. Performance is
audio's
incredible.
really
I think
high.
it looks great. It's super
Alright, there we
comfortable. Pretty good tech too. Let's hop inside. We'll start it up, and we'll walk you around this to show you what it looks like in the dark. Little welcome chime here from Acura. So really quickly, we'll gloss over some basics here. This is a 3-liter turbo V6 that makes 355 horsepower, 354 pound-feet of torque. That is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. We have super handling all-wheel drive with torque vectoring. This can send up to 70% of its power to the rear and 100% of that power to the rear to the right or left wheel, which is very cool. It basically results in an all-wheel drive system that is just unflappable. Super neutral, really good rotation on power. It's just very nice. The interior in here is beautifully appointed. Love the leather. Love the shape of
I
the
thought this was the
steering wheel.
Integra.
Pretty good in-cabin ergonomics.
This is the Integra.
Infotainment's a little bit funky with this one-to-one touch, but you do get used to it with time. I have. CarPlay is a little bit tedious to navigate with the swiping. You do get used to it. You cannot use this as a touchscreen. In-car audio, some of the best I've heard in any car, any price. This ELS 17-speaker 3D surround sound is just incredible. Again, you guys can listen to all this stuff in detail in the full review, but in-cabin lighting looks great. We have some ambient lighting here too that can change with your drive mode. So it can turn to blue, red, white. In individual mode, you can set your ambient lighting to whatever you want. You can customize engine settings, steering settings, suspension settings, turn off, stop, start, which is kind of my preferred drive mode. Backseat space is a little bit cramped, a little bit tight. It feels a little bit roomier back here than some of the competitors. The TLX is a slightly larger vehicle than some of its competitors, but doesn't necessarily always translate to rear seat room. Up front, it's very comfortable. I had my son's forward-facing child seat in here the other day. It was pretty easy to get him in and out, but you know, this, of course, just being a sedan, you don't have that SUV form factor and practicality, but it drives so well and is so much nicer to experience as a performance vehicle that I think it's worth it, well worth it over something like the MDX Type S. Fix a flat kit in there, good sized trunk. Taillights look cool.
What if it's bigger than mine?
I like the bright.
Let's see. Yeah, I have a spare right there.
Good sized trunk. Fix a flat kit in there, good sized trunk.
Yeah, it's pretty big, dang.
Taillights look cool. I like the bright quad exhaust tips. We've been having some fun on this TLX Type S this week, and they haven't gotten dirty all week.
Except for now.
Headlights.
Yeah, that front end is sick.
We have some new wheels for the 2024 model year. A few updates and refreshes and changes to the car inside and out. Mostly everything here is the same.
A lot has changed in 10 years for sure.
$58,795. You can get used examples of these in the 40s, which makes for a pretty good value. Low mileage, a couple years old.
40s?
40 grand for something like this.
Wait, what did he say?
$58,795. You can get used examples of these in the 40s, which makes for a pretty good value. Low mileage, a couple years old. 40 grand for something like this.
You get like 21, or yeah, 21, 26 MPGs.
What we've seen from Honda and Acura. Get this push button shifter. Does take some getting used to.
But it's crazy how much it's not much cheaper to get a used car these days. I feel like
It's actually really good wireless.
you save like a few thousand, maybe 5,000. And then the used car conditions are like crap.
To engage it, and you pull it out to
maybe like this because it's so rare.
You get used to that. We have nice gauge cluster illumination settings right here, so we can increase the brightness of pretty much everything in the cabin all at once, which I love for night driving, and it's a physical control. You don't have to go into a menu to do it. That's great. You can also adjust the brightness of the ambient lighting, but that is a separate option in a separate menu. You can tie that to the gauge cluster brightness. You can tie that to like just a manual constant setting. So we'll leave that right about there. You also have a head-up display. Mess around with that a little bit tonight. And it is dawn, so the sun is rising, even though it's still pretty dark out here. Steering, ultra light.
I thought he was gonna go across the grass.
It's kind of one of my favorite things about this car. Braking system is interesting. We have really nice Brembo brakes, but
where the heck did he park?
Servo
it's like at the
system, which is just
post office.
Fancy talk for brake by wire. I love the pedal feel. I love the ease of modulation. It's actually really, really well calibrated. And I don't know, for some reason I kind of prefer some of these brake by wire systems in this car, in the Corvette. They're really quite good. And this TLX feels great to my foot. I've really liked living with it all week. I spent some time in this TLX Type S on track at Laguna Seca at the launch. It handled awesome. Only complaint is that you can't fully disable traction and stability control. It's a one-press button, and it'll say VSA is off, but it's not truly off. There's still just a little bit of intervention at the ragged edge. So if you're sliding this thing around in the snow, you might have some stability control intervention.
Those lights seem bright.
You can do a pedal dance in this.
Super bright.
Look up on the internet how to do it. It's a relatively simple sequence, similar to what I do with my Civic Type R when I take it out to the track.
Gun it, gun it, gun it.
This 3-liter V6
now he's
is
getting
an
on.
absolute sweetheart.
Oh, he's getting on.
It sounds great. 10-speed auto that it's mated with.
Turbo V6?
This 3-liter V6 is an absolute sweetheart. It sounds great. 10-speed auto that it's mated with just feels fantastic.
10-speed, no turbo.
And support for our transmission.
How ironic.
Power.
How ironic.
Out of a corner in this thing. And the way it puts that power down with the super handling all-wheel drive is just incredible. Transmission, super responsive. Adaptive dampers, really well controlled. Listen to the shifts from that 10-speed. They just bang right off. Good gearbox, good engine, good suspension. I mean, Acura has really, they've hit all the marks here with this TLX Type S. And this new 2024 is just a slight improvement on everything that they've done before. We have a new digital gauge cluster, which I actually like. You can choose between these circular gauge pods and kind of a weird linear system that puts the speedo and the tach off to the sides. This actually looks pretty good. It's not as hard on the eyes as the previous gauge cluster was. You put it into sport mode, it all turned red, and it was really hard to read. This is better. Let's try Sport Plus just for fun.
I would hate that. I would turn that off.
It's a little bit wet out today.
Go, 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 go.
Not a ton of steering feel.
Slingshot.
But the mechanical
there it
grip
is.
Here are so
That's
high.
pretty cool.
You can put a lot of faith, a lot of trust in this car. Tuning here with this 10-speed is just awesome. Does a really nice job holding gears out of corners, riding out that torque. Yeah. It's fun. And when you want to settle down, it's very comfortable too. Lots of different suspension settings.
Yeah.
It's a little bit on the firm side.
Dream.
okay. I don't have
Dream
any
car.
problem with that. But then you put it in comfort, and it really softens.
Gotta check out the new Acuras, you know.
This does the luxury car / sports sedan thing very, very well.
Just a little bit nicer than mine, you know.
We were supposed to get some snow today, but it's just turning into rain. Pretty much to be expected right now in Michigan. Headlight performance is great. No complaints there. Auto high beams worked well earlier this morning on my commute out here.
Auto high beams. Imagine if they messed up. Just blind someone.
These 20-inch wheels have pretty thin sidewall.
Like I was getting blinded in
Noise or intrusion into the cabin.
freaking Holbrook.
They remain pretty quiet over bumps. And again, the suspension tuning here is great.
What's your dream car, Alex? Just a bit nicer, yeah.
Go back into individual mode with that red ambient lighting setting. This is the ambient door frames.
Oh, softy
This week,
mode.
fuel economy hasn't been super impressive. I've been averaging in the mid-teens, driving this spiritedly in the city, or in the high teens, low 20s, taking
Anything
it a little bit easier.
LED lights are getting nerfed.
So, something
Yeah, man. They're way too strong. I blame Audi. Audi was in lawsuits, I think. Just blinding people. Audi and Mercedes.
I just love the way this thing drives, though. It's so satisfying to get behind the wheel of something like this.
I think I saw those two doing the road trip, like the auto high beams, and then they would see me and just like turn off. I'd be like instantly blinded, and it's like it's kind of messed up. You're kind of like blinded, and you're like, holy crap, and then you're back to like seeing everything. It's just like, wow, what just happened?
There's a couple little quibbles and complaints that I have with it.
Mazda 3 is pretty cool. Mazda 3, Mazda 6, Mazda Miata.
But ultimately, this is a really good luxury sports sedan.
Mazda's taken over, I feel like, because Honda and Toyota are like too expensive now. Because everybody wants them because of like their reliability and gas and stuff, I think maybe, and then Ford's not making too many cars, and Chevys, you know, all this. Maybe Hyundais because they're kind of cheap, Hyundais and Kias, but a lot of the car brands are like not producing as much. So Honda and Toyota are more expensive now, and then like Mazda is kind of like reliable and good price, so they're kind of like the new Toyota.
Pretty much everything I have to say about the 2024 Acura TLX Type S. A lot of my initial impressions.
Watch 100+ channels of live TV with YouTube TV. Try it free. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
So you think you know Wix, but do you really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
First up, we've got.
Hey, look, it's a TSX. That's an old version, though.
Well, this is a car I've been excited to drive for quite a while. We're getting a chance to get behind the wheel of the new 2024 Acura Integra Type S. This is a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder, same engine that's in the Type R. It makes 320 horsepower, 310 pound-feet of torque. We've got a 6-speed manual, limited slip front differential, basically all the running gear that we get in the Civic Type R, but Acura-fied. So I'm really excited to walk you guys around this today. We're going to take it for a drive, get some initial driving impressions. I've driven this Integra Type S about 100 feet to this parking spot. Haven't really spent any time in it, so we're going to get some raw, unfiltered first driving impressions.
Wow.
Let's step outside, we'll walk you around this, and then we'll see what it's like on the road. So, a lot of differences here between
There's another
Integra, and a lot of differences between this and the Civic Type R. Even though we have a lot of the same running gear, the Integra, of course.
Oh my God! Yeah, he must be an Acura dealership or something.
Hatch area. We've gone over a little bit longer.
It's a lot of TLXs.
The Integra, of course, is a little bit longer. We have a slightly different rear hatch area. We've gone over a lot of the stuff at length, but there's some things.
Look at that
a little
space.
bit lower, deeper load floor. This piece is kind of different compared to the Type R and the Civic hatch, and not as wide of a space back here, but still a ton of room. I think this new Integra Type S looks really, really sharp. This one's painted in platinum white.
That'd be a DoorDash
which is
machine,
quite different
man.
from the championship white that we see in the Civic
Probably a lot
Type
of
R.
gas though, and insurance.
Civic Type R championship white's a little bit cream colored. This is really bright, really brilliant.
I'm dreaming at this point.
Same size Michelin Pilot
There's
Sport
no way.
4S tires as we get on the Type R, 265/30 R19. However, we have a different compound and slightly different tread design. So the Type S gets its own PS4S tuned compound, and the Type R gets its own PS4S compound. So I'm very curious to see how this will compare in terms of noise, grip, to what we've seen in the Type R so far. The PS4Ss in the Type R are super loud. I'm hoping these are a little bit better. Coming around the back, we've got these 3 equally large exhaust tips, 4.33 inches each.
I wonder what DST
and there have been
is.
some exhaust changes, as you may have heard when we started up the Type S. This has a front resonator that's been cut out. It just goes straight through. So we've got a little bit more aggressive exhaust tuning as well that introduces some pops and burbles on the overrun. Really excited to listen to that with the windows down here in the parking lot. Big Brembo brakes up front, Type S badging on the side. We've got this hood vent that's very similar, not exactly the same as it is on the Type R. Aluminum hood. Bigger grille openings, lots of cooling capacity in this Integra Type S. And looking at the interior, that's very different too. A little bit more toned down compared to the Type R. And of course, we get the ELS Studio 3D audio system. 16 speakers, 12 surround channels. I bet this audio is going to be just fantastic, as it is in the standard Integra. Slightly different gauge display too. No linear tack like we see in track mode or plus R mode. Comfort, sport.
Be a lot of
plus
fun
gauges,
for
and
sure.
An individual mode which you can customize to a number of different parameters. So you can put the engine in Sport Plus, steering in Sport, suspension, Sport Comfort, Sport Plus.
Like how much DoorDash you got to do to pay the freaking loan.
And listen to the
Like the
exhaust
car would just be gone at that
So,
point.
here's comfort. A little bit more tone there compared to the Type R.
You filling out the loan? Yeah. What kind of? What do you do? Yeah, I do DoorDash.
In comfort mode, the valve only opens.
That's gonna really go over well. Yeah, give me that 2.9.
The valve is open all the time. Near there, we get some pops and burbles. Fun. Different shift knob than Type R2. Not as cold.
Just wait till Acura just sends me one, you know, for being a loyal Acura owner.
And a heated steering wheel as an option.
That's not gonna fly, yeah.
I like the red accents. You can get this in white.
Yeah, DoorDash.
And I really like this red interior. A lot of gloss black plastic down here.
Walk into the dealership.
That waxed and polished.
I'm top dasher.
Auto up-down windows on the front
I
side.
have a 4.8 rating.
Right here. Oh, and some differences in the gauge cluster. So we
I just need
lose
something
brightness
faster to get a
switch.
better rating.
Hidden right here in the screen. We gain tire pressure sensors. It has whites, which sure.
I wonder how much
fuel economy.
Yeah, gas mileage you get.
Certified no content display. Nice Type S badging down here. Wireless charging. Type A and C USB ports. A lot of this is the same as the Civic. We've got a sunroof delete in the Type S. Sunglass holder. I mean, a pretty nice interior, and about $51,000. This feels very premium, and for the performance in this class, it's the only vehicle that offers a manual. Acura says the competitors here are the CLA, the BMW 2 Series Grand Coupe. But really, I mean, it's going to be kind of this or the Type R. And I'm hoping that availability on this Integra
I don't know. I would get this over the current Type R, but then I would get the old Type R if I was gonna probably get anything.
One complaint that I do have about
like the
Integra
FK8
versus the Civic is
Type
that
R.
this back seat area just isn't as tall. So I'm 5'10". If I'm sitting
But
up
if I was
straight,
gonna
my
get
head hits the
new,
ceiling. If
I mean, this
slouch
is probably
down a little
cheaper.
bit, make use of
Or,
all this legroom,
the Type R is probably
so just
cheaper, I
something to note.
think.
Plenty of legroom, plenty
Well,
of
I don't know,
space in this
actually.
back, but there's just not
Yeah,
enough of a
probably.
bump out because of the
I
sloping
bet this
roof
is more
versus the
expensive because it's
hatchback design
Acura.
in the Civic. Again,
But
still a
I would get the
four-seater
old
in this
Type R
Integra Type
FK8.
S, cup holders here in the middle.
If I was
And,
getting
it's
something
just
new,
a
I'd get
little
this.
I do really
But there's
like
no way.
how
Does your car stick shift?
the
No.
back seats in this are all red.
No, I don't even know how to drive
Front
stick.
and back.
But I
Really
want to.
sharp.
I would
Space
want to.
rear seats, nice
Like with
flat
these
loading
cars.
floor. A
I would
lot of
have to
usable
learn.
space in the back of
But
this
yeah,
Integra.
all the space right here.
No rear vents. That's a bit of an oversight. I would like to see some rear vents back there.
Just the hatchback and
Here's the carbon fiber
space.
spoiler. You get a bunch of different accessories for this Type S.
Yeah, you fold down these seats, man.
Wheels, Alcantara steering wheel. Pretty nice.
It's gonna be
customize
nice.
the Type S.
A lot of space.
Platinum white Type S with the bronze wheels.
I heard in the, at least in the Type R or the hatchbacks, the Civics, you get the same amount of space in those cars as you do in a CRV, and that's an SUV. So yeah, there's an Integra.
Okay, I think let's
Jeez.
take a look under the engine real quick.
Hey, get your Subaru out of there, dude. This guy just parked his Subaru right there.
Spots, and they probably want me out of here.
Subi speed.
Different engine cover, but that's about it.
Yeah, just a little different than mine.
10 pound-feet of torque. The K20
It's easy and fun. The one time I learned, this guy tried to teach me. Oh my god, one of my friends tried to teach me a while ago. It was probably like 6 years ago, maybe like 7 or 8. But he tried to teach me on his Civic Type R, or his Civic Si. And I stalled it like 4 times. And he's like, alright, well, you tried. And then he took it back. I don't think I could push the freaking clutch in like hard enough. I was just using it like a brake. I needed to like release. It was just kind of weird. I was kind of getting the gear shifting, but I heard these are easier, so.
Manual seats for the passenger,
and then you just get used to it, you know.
Motorized seats for the driver.
I have the paddles on mine, like the on my car. I have the little paddles. I could do manual and then sport manual, and then I just go into the paddles, and then I could just feel it. But I have the computer there to back me up, so if I ever mess up a shift, it will help me. But I pretty much got the hang of it. Like if I wanted to go faster, downshift, and then if it was too high, just upshift. So that the shifting I get, I think it's just the clutch I need to work on. Need a better teacher. He was pretty good. I think it was just the clutch.
I might have to cut out that front resonator in my Type R.
I had to just slam it or something. Maybe it was like an older car because it was like a 2004. Ooh, that sounded good.
I might have to cut out that front resonator in my Type R. Ooh.
Jeez. Showing up in that Burger King. I got a DoorDash. Yeah.
Cool turbo
His name is Alex. He ordered just a smoothie.
My Type R that I've also seen in this Type S.
Ooh, that guy's skidded.
Throttle, you get this kind of metallic sound. And with the windows down, it's not the most attractive noise, but otherwise, this exhaust is a really big improvement over the Type R, which just sounds like a big vacuum cleaner. I'm curious to see what piped-in engine noise.
That's pretty sick.
Like Acura always does a
Just push the clutch and then engage the gear, and the left of the clutch is easy. Yeah, you could feel the shifting needs.
Seems to work well.
Yeah, see, I know how to do that. Even the sequences I was getting, it's just that I was like stalling it so much.
That's a bit of a surprise.
Because I think I wasn't pushing the clutch in. Oh, gotta have the windows down. Yes, because I can buy a Bentley. Some OnlyFans model chick getting in her Bentley. Now they're advertising it to me. Hey, instead of the Acura Integra Type S that you can't already afford, you should get the Bentley. Thanks, Google.
And another thing I'm really curious about with this Type S is suspension.
Give it gas.
So
You let
how
the
does
clutch
this
out.
feel in terms of
Maybe that's it.
stiffness
Maybe I
as far
was
as
just
the
not
turn
doing
compared to the Type
gas.
R? Because the Type R,
Maybe I wasn't
would
figuring that
go as
out.
far to say is it's too
Maybe I was just letting off the
over
gas and then
damped.
doing that, and then,
I actually
or
disabled
vice versa, like still gassing. And then
just for the winter time in
I
Michigan.
don't know. I'll have to figure it out.
Too harsh, too stiff in the cold weather, especially around corners, kind of when driving in a spirited manner. So we'll see what this is like. We've got some pretty decent back roads on our route today in this Type S, and I'm very curious to see how they have tuned the adaptive dampers in this Type S. I feel like this might kind of be the sweet spot for this car. Got some more bumps around town here. I feel like he's still getting a decent amount of tire
Yeah, I hate
noise
that.
over
That's
this rough
annoying.
section of road, but it's maybe not as abrasive and loud with this different compound.
It's like blinking at me. I could just.
We're also gonna head up display. You can customize that.
That's why not enough gas.
Menu. Choose between just the speedometer, navigation,
I have like a
or
processed mind. I don't know.
and of course we
Like do
get
this, do this, do this, do that. I don't
lane
know.
centering, adaptive cruise control, all working in harmony beautifully.
Whoa,
with
you
this
could.
manual transmission.
What is that thing? But yeah, I'd turn this
Downshift,
off, man.
upshift,
That's annoying.
and it won't affect your cruise control speed. It'll just continue, which is just awesome.
You've got 1, 2, 3 speedometers. 1, 2, 3.
All right, so again, in individual mode, which is probably what we're going to be driving this car mostly in during this review. Engines in Sport Plus, steering's in Sport, and suspension is in Comfort. Just driven casually, this is a pretty comfortable car. It feels just very much like the standard Integra. Shifter's a little bit more enjoyable to row through the gears with, a bit more resistance between gates. Of course, this is a heavily strengthened transmission compared to what is connected to the 1.5 turbo. I'm very curious about this ELS 3D audio, so let's just go in and do a quick sound system test right off the bat here.
I would order 1 large chocolate shake from McDonald's with cream on top. A cherry poking through the open top of the cup. Please don't spill it. It would be my instructions to the driver.
3D surround sound is just,
Oh my god, man.
class-leading by a long shot.
Ah, reminds me one time when the drinks just went. I went this way and the drinks went that way, and they're just. I was trying to get to this guy's apartment, and the drinks just got destroyed. I felt really bad. He's like, the drinks? And he's like, what happened to the drinks? I was just like, and he's like, did you spill them? And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry.
We'll go into Sport Plus. I want to feel how stiff the suspension gets.
Drinks are
And if it changes around corners like it does
tough
in Type R.
sometimes, man. I had a lot of drinks today.
So we're gonna get
I had
this
2
red.
orders of this chicken,
We've got
and then
some
I
better
had 2
driving
drinks
roads
here
coming up today.
on a tray, and then 3 drinks right here.
Let's see what it's like around a turn. In Sport
A lot of
Plus.
drinks. And they're always fun to drive with.
It's a little bit softer.
Just get one of those blizzards.
This is definitely going to be a more comfortable daily driver than the Civic Type R. I think that was kind of obvious from the get-go.
Yeah, she's like...
I like how well the pedals are placed for heel toe.
That's one thing with my car. I might need new suspension. Or shocks or struts or something, because
seems very similar to the Type R.
Also some of those roads were just awful. Almost wanted to drive on the left. What is this guy doing? Oh.
Bring it down into sport mode.
Pass that guy. Forget to give the dash to the pass, go to the apartment. Oh no, you're one of those guys. They're always calling you. Where do I go?
Yeah, this suspension tuning's probably about ideal for this car. Again, we'll be able to find out more once we get our hands on one of these back in Michigan on our super bumpy roads, but pretty nice on first impressions. Let's do a little 0 to 60. Brakes.
Dang.
Engine sounds good.
What is that?
The engine noise.
Here. I must have been counting fast. It's gotta be like 5 seconds.
Brakes.
Oh wait, let's time this. I need a timer. What? Or stopwatch. Yeah, stopwatch. Alright. Dang it. Stop. Start. Oof. 7 seconds.
Engine sounds good.
It's. I think it's less than that though.
Less artificial than the Type R.
I thought it was 6. It's not bad though.
Sounds, but it's not as
No, I live in a house, but I did dash for about a month. Oh, okay.
changes in sport mode.
Yeah, you know how it is. Yeah, the apartments. Oof. You gotta find the letter and the building and then parking.
Awesome. I unplugged the active sound in my Type R, and it sounds about like this. Comfort mode, haven't explored that yet. Not a fan of these blue gauges. Looks kind of weird.
You did it for a month and you're just like, nah, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, the only spot where I hear there might be just a little bit of piped-in engine sound is at higher revs in Sport Plus. Otherwise, this sounds fantastic. Why can't Honda just do that for the Type R?
Because Acura's different.
Sweepers through here in this valley. Gosh, this is just such a fantastic car to drive.
I like the old school tax right there.
So nice.
Oh, he took it off. Or maybe it doesn't know.
Which is just magic.
A pain in the ass. I was done. Yeah, see, we don't get paid enough for this.
The interaction here between you and the
Is
car.
that another? It's like a video game.
So well tuned.
There's another TLX over there, Acura, just sitting on the side of the road.
And in comfort mode, the suspension tuning here is perfect. No float over bumps. It just soaks everything up nicely, but gives you good body control. I really hope the suspension module is swappable between Integra Type S and Type R, because this is great. We've got a rougher, bumpy road up here.
Then it would just be an
Traction off,
Integra,
that
right?
front differential just digs into corners.
What is this? It's another one.
Throttle response is excellent.
They're like all over. It must be like a show day or something.
Yeah, this is fantastic. You can see in front of us too, this car it just has such presence on the road. It's so wide. So much more aggressive than the standard Integra.
Alright.
Love it. We're in individual mode, in comfort, suspension, and this is just perfect. I can definitely feel it stiffen up a little bit around corners compared to just steady state cruising, but it's not as aggressive as the Type R. Yeah, this is really, really good, you guys. I think Acura kind of hit a sweet spot with the dynamics of this Type S. I think it's interesting because there are some concessions you're definitely making with this car.
Concessions.
Maybe not as
Confessions.
special. The interior I definitely prefer on the Type R. I think, this is just a little bit bland, a little bit more mainstream, which I think some people will like, but I'd like a little bit more exciting steering wheel here. These seats are okay. They're actually pretty well bolstered and they're very comfortable. And depending on who you are, you might actually fit a lot better in them than you would in the Type R seats. But I'd like just a little bit more pizzazz out of this interior. I think you can gain some of that with the Alcantara optional steering wheel. But everything else...
That's got to be 50K at least.
This is a really good buy, and I hope Acura makes enough of these to supply the demand that people have.
No, of course. Let's run the ad when he
Exquisite architecture. Meticulous attention to
buy a
detail.
Maybach.
Standing
What is this? What do they
Understand?
think I am?
The exhaust pops here are subtle, but they add to the driving experience. Definitely not as good of a sounding exhaust as what we have in the Elantra N, but this is a huge improvement over the Type R in my opinion.
Hey, Richard's back. He came back, he left. He had to do some planning, event
Brakes are
planning.
phenomenal.
Get me set up with this car.
And actually, in this Type S, the front end seems to be wanting to pull us out of corners a little bit better than it does in the Type R. There's really a lot of traction here. Maybe
Then
some
there's
of
a
that
Prius.
is the extra compliance from the suspension.
Because nobody can afford gas in California. So they have to
Still
drive
little
a
bit of torque steer to keep
Prius.
things interesting, which I actually kind of
That
like.
guy probably ran out of gas on his Jeep.
What does exhaust sound like with the windows down? It's still a little bit toned down, but
Is that sport mode though?
Make it exciting around a parking lot, that's for sure. Comfort mode is like the perfect
There's another one.
suspension setting for this car because it still stiffens up a little bit around corners.
They're
but
like
it's
the
not
Lime
excessive,
scooters.
it's not bouncing around like the Type R.
You
is.
use it and then no, done. Let me get a new one.
Remains sharp but compliant, which is exactly what you want out of a car like this.
Oh, going to bed. Just chilling. Yeah, it's a late night stream. Just decided, why not? Try to get something out today. And I really gotta recover from that Vegas. That was costly. Vegas trip. Oh, it sucks. Oh, man. That was just,
This is just as fun to drive
so expensive.
as the Type R. but in a different package that just kind of suits the older, the more mature, the more discerning enthusiast, I think. About the same price difference between this and the Type R as there is between the regular Integra and the Civic Si.
$50,000.
Honestly,
Premium paint.
it's worth it. This is such a great
53,000.
car. Nothing else is like this in the class. There are very few manual transmissions available these days. And it's so great that Acura is making this Integra
Yeah, the
Type S.
Lexus.
I hope they make a bunch of them and sell a bunch of them at MSRP. Acura dealers seem to be a little bit more willing to work with people than Honda dealers with their crazy markups these days. And
Oh,
after some
whoa.
initial hype, I think we'll see things calm. There's a few little nitpicks I have here and there, but overall,
Check out
it's
that
hard to
one.
do it all at this price point.
Oh my
It's hard to
god.
beat. If you want a manual transmission,
I don't know if I
you want
like
something
that
that's
though.
fast, fun, track capable.
It's kind of like my
but also
car,
has a great
the
deal
tan
of
and black.
a lot of luxury features and amenities.
Just a little bit
This is
different though, you know.
This is the move.
A few HPs. I have to work tomorrow for
There's some things
a
I
fun
wish
day of
they
doctors.
did
Oh,
with the
no
Type
way.
R that they've done here on the Type S. I wish the suspension was a bit more toned
Thursday,
down
Friday
on the Type
afternoon
R.
off and
It's
logged in
tuned like
15
this.
minutes today.
I wish the exhaust sounded like this.
Dang, man.
But that said,
It's better than me being tied to a desk,
go out and
but
sell my Type R
tied to a
one of
computer, I
these.
guess, huh?
But I
Just keep it logged in all day, all night, just and go to sleep.
I will say, somewhat regretfully, that for the price, for the money, this feels like a more complete car than the Type R. It's got
Oh,
the
he almost.
exhaust,
Oh, he
it's
almost
got
got him.
the
He almost got him.
amazing sound system.
Those
It has
Californians, you know.
heated seats. You can opt this with a heated steering wheel. It has
Gotta
all the
watch
features
out
that
for
you
'em.
want for the price point, and it delivers on them.
That
And
guy.
on top of that, it also the price point, and it delivers on them. And on top of that, it also has one of the most enjoyable, visceral, and engaging driving experiences.
That guy was blowing the wall. I was
in
like,
the
what is he doing?
enthusiast space today.
Go, 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 go. Gun it, gun it, gun it, gun it, gun it. I'm not logging in 24/7 to work.
All right, so we're just.
Why not?
Here at pull off. We've
Just
had lunch.
leave it logged in, right?
And
Go to
A
sleep.
few more things about the Integra Type S that I'd like to share with you guys. One thing that I missed in the walk around is this capless one of the.
This is
representatives.
insane, though.
They will not be doing a spare tire kit for the Type S. So you'll have to either go with an FK8 spare tire kit from a Type R or figure something else out.
See, I have a spare.
But as it sits, they won't be developing
And
one
it's-
as of now. Maybe if there's more demand, there could be, but chances are we won't see it in the U.S. market.
Thought about getting rid of it because I can't replace it. Nobody will take it
So in addition to
since
everything
it's
that
so
we
old.
talked about today, there's a couple other things I'm noticing.
Shoot, I should really think about that. I don't know what to do with that thing. I wanted to replace it because it's getting low tread on it. I could, like, I don't know. I'm sure it could help me. It could save me if I needed it, but
There might be some more
I just don't know what to do with it. Maybe throw it out or something.
Probably not the whole story. I think there's
The tire shop won't take it.
tune and torque curve with this
Worst drivers in Florida, they're terrible.
good.
I try to have a life.
The thing is weight. This is only 31
Yeah,
pounds
probably a
heavier
good
than the
idea.
Type R. That's what the larger Acura body, the longer dimensions here with this Type S is that I love all the color options that you get.
It's a tiger eye.
Thanks for watching. I love all the color options that you get. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos coming in
Silver or
soon,
gold.
and we'll wrap this video up with a walk around, but I think we'll end things pretty much here.
Silver or gold. Your grandfather said Florida gets a lot of Michigan drivers, and when you mix them with no drivers, you have the worst. New Jersey. Alright, here we go. And here we go. Not NO.
Super Earth, our home.
Oh.
Prosperity.
Florida.
Hi there.
I don't know, man.
Democracy.
Vegas was insane.
Our way
everywhere
of
is
life.
bad. California, Vegas.
But freedom doesn't come free.
Be right back. Already bought shredded gems. Yeah, I did last time. All right. Let's do some quick play. Oh, what state has the worst drivers? Man, I don't know. I thought California was pretty bad. Tattooed on the forehead? That would finally...
Orbital thruster.
What are you talking about? There's more. I don't know, I think it's bad everywhere now. Like every place you go, and then any places that have higher traffic or higher population, it's just that time's worse.
Let's play.
Like Vegas was like, ugh, like everywhere. But then once you got out of the like the main areas in the city, it got a little bit better. But yeah, everywhere is bad now. It's just, I don't know why. Less cops or whatever, who knows? But it's just bad. And bigger cities are just worse.
Helldivers to Hellpods. Repeat. Helldivers to Hellpods.
I have 0 tattoos. 0. Can you believe it? Alex is in a different state.
Hellpod launch initiated.
No, I'm at the gaming lounge today, so. Second home, pretty much.
Go now, and shoot you fall. Remember this. Every day is a good day to die for democracy.
Soon we're gonna get into a fight, because I can put No, we got a sentry. What?
Tagging location, southeast.
Calling down a sentry.
Oh, should have put it right here.
Calling down fortifications.
What's that? Yeah, should have put a sentry right there.
Calling down a sentry.
What was I thinking? Yeah, that's...
Sending in an eagle.
This is a hard mission.
Orbital incoming.
Was that the Oh my god. What the heck was that? Right on the landmines.
Point me to the enemy.
No! Not to the landmine.
Not today!
I gotta navigate the minefield. Oh my gosh. Where'd my stuff go?
Requesting air support.
Get out of here. And I'm gonna get. Oh, I had this already.
Requesting sentry.
Hold on some lines. No way, they just destroyed it. I was not ready for this today.
Reinforcing. Mag's empty. Dropship. Get some! Get some! New mag!
I almost don't like the scope.
Engaging. I'll take it. Dropship.
Does it reload this thing? Jeez. I don't know where my guard dog went. Oh, here it is. Oh my.
New mag! Requesting sentry! Calling down a sentry!
No, it didn't reach up there.
Ending in an eagle!
Administering freedom.
Calling down fortifications!
resupply.
Requesting air support. Orbital inbound.
Orbital barrage incoming. Stand clear.
Eagle 1, withdrawing to rearm.
Pulling down a sentry.
Deploying equipment package.
Out of ammo.
No way.
Pulling down a sentry.
Oh my god! Yes, just grab the ammo. No grenades, but whatever, I'll take it.
Dropship. Requesting sentry. Last reload.
Mission at 10 minutes remaining.
Everything's on cooldown.
Out of ammo. Back empty. Sending in an eagle.
Oh dang. Can't answer it.
Requesting air support.
Eagle 1 rearming. Be back shortly.
Bag's empty. Requesting sentry. New mag. Dropship. Last reload.
Dang. Where's the resupply at? Alright, I got this.
How'd you like to taste of freedom? Requesting orbital.
Orbital barrage incoming. Stand clear.
New mag.
They just keep sending these guys. Ben Jenner's has been all about because I've watched.
Throwing grenade!
Oh, he's following me. Shoot her! There we go, there we go.
How about a nice cup of liberty?
5 minutes remaining. I repeat, 5 minutes
Another
remaining.
triumph from managed
Calling in reinforcements.
May liberty guide your safe destruction.
Squad arriving at coordinates. Pelican 1 awaiting Helldivers. Please enter the extraction radius. Reinforcing! Pelican 1 landing in progress.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Countdown initiated. Stand by for takeoff.
Woo! Got pretty intense. No, gas is supposed to go up. Not again. No, I've half tank.
Countdown complete. We have to leave now.
Already can't
Extraction
afford it.
complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent. Case!
Can't afford gas.
Prevail once more.
Gas is too much. I thought it was supposed to go down. That was a hard mission.
Without more samples, this ship will continue to operate at sub-optimal
I'm the only bloody
effectiveness.
one, and my cape's not attached.
Allied destroyer has left squadron.
Always good to have another hero on board.
They booted me. They kicked me. I don't know why. Yeah, you can never have enough gas. Priuses are probably the best. Gas allowance. In the beginning you could make like $400 a week, and that was like 2016. They just had so many incentives to get people on.
Mission coordinates locked. Hellpods primed.
I can't afford gas.
Engaging orbital thrusters. Orbit synchronized.
What happened?
Allied
Yeah, no kidding, yeah.
All the galaxy
Pretty much when it
looks to
started.
you for salvation. Let nothing stand in the way of liberty.
Allied destroyer joining squadron, deploying Helldiver. ETA T-minus 1 minute.
Yeah, since it started, pretty much.
ETA T-minus 30 seconds.
Why is it unavailable? Oh, I should have. No, I wanted a shotgun.
ETA T-minus 20 seconds. ETA T-minus 10 seconds. Clear landing zone.
Die, Terminator scum. You die today. Cause I'm
arriving
a
at coordinates.
procrastinator. I don't do things the next day.
Pelican 1 landing in progress.
I want my, ow! Oh! They're already extracting. Why are we extracting so early?
Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Return, refit, and redeploy to purge the state of this failure with a peroxide of victory.
Add another 10, 11 years to that. Man, I got a headache. I would have more hair, if so, if such things were true. Shoot my gun out.
Allied destroyer has left squadron.
Oh. Grip that shiny. What am I at on these things? Okay, I gotta buy these things 25. So I got some credits.
All previously encountered automaton forces. Currently, there is no information about the source of these new automatons or their connection to the automaton forces encountered previously.
Wow. That's nice, but yeah, you're wrong. give you a hint.
A worthy choice.
Mission coordinates locked. Hellpods primed. Engaging orbital thrusters.
Just a hint, you know.
Orbit synchronized.
Alright. Just a small hint.
Hellpod launch
Just a
initiated.
super tiny hint. We need 2 more people. Smart man, he's a smart man. He's a smart fella.
All the galaxy looks to you for
He's a smart guy, not Alex.
nothing stand in
Whoa.
the way of liberty.
Deploying equipment package.
Let's do a sentry.
Requesting sentry.
Requesting sentry.
Dropship.
Uh-oh. It's all out of commission.
Fire in the hole.
Oh shoot, did I choose the Oh my god! That was intense.
Calling in reinforcements.
Fire in the hole.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Reporting to the front. Dropships.
Are we back here? I still have to rescue these guys.
Throwing grenade. Station collected. Bag's empty. Fire in the hole. Reinforcing.
Eagle 1 returning to destroyer for resupply.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't surge.
Reloading.
Oh my god. This is insane. We're gonna have to evac.
Deploying reinforcements.
Thank you.
Ready to liberate. Dropship.
What do we need this?
Orbital inbound. Bag's empty.
The walking orbital shit, no.
Bag's empty. Freedom never rests. Grenade! Bag's empty.
Oh, I have no more stimps.
Bag's empty. Last reload. Calling in reinforcements. Come.
Deploying equipment package.
Found something.
No way.
Have reinforcement budget remaining. Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Joining the fray. Requesting air support.
Suck on that.
Bag's empty.
Let's get out of here, man.
Requesting sentry. Dropship.
How do we just evac? wait 6 minutes?
How about a nice cup of liver tea? Reloading. Reinforcing.
Jeez. Yeah. This is so hard.
Reporting to the front. Reinforcing.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Wow.
Democracy has landed. Requesting orbital.
I can't.
Sending in an eagle.
Can't stay this low much longer, Helldiver.
Eagle 1 returning to destroyer for
Found something.
resupply.
Requesting advanced weaponry.
Sending down equipment package.
Oh. You jerks.
Reloading.
Oh.
Reloading. Reinforcing.
Oh my god.
I need stims.
Yeah, I killed myself.
Request approved. Reinforcements on the way.
Point me to the enemy. Bag's empty.
you. Man. That was really tough. Of course, let's not do this mission again. I think we can evac in minutes. Alright, see you later, Richard. Thanks for coming in. See you, Alex.
Additional reinforcement funding approved.
Calling in reinforcements.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Reporting to the front.
Super destroyer leaving low orbit. Emergency extraction shuttle deployed.
Calling down a sentry.
Extraction request confirmed. Shuttle inbound.
It's already coming? Oh, sweet.
Say hello to democracy.
Should have thrown it up here.
ETA T-minus 1 minute.
For prosperity! Fire in the hole! Mag's empty! Mag's empty!
ETA T-minus 30 seconds. ETA T-minus 20 seconds. ETA T-minus 10 seconds. Pelican 1 approaching pickup. Pelican 1 landing in progress. Countdown initiated. Stand by for takeoff. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Thank you, call extraction. Somehow we made it out.
Refit and redeploy to purge the state of this failure with a peroxide of victory.
Yeah, that was a failure. Alright, take it easy, Richard. Gas, food, Pepsi, water. I don't know, man. If I could get extra money, put it on the craps, put it on the slots. Gambling the savings away.
Welcome aboard, Helldiver, and congratulations on completing your training.
That was madness. Yep, I got kicked.
Welcome aboard, Helldiver,
Let's
and
see.
congratulations on completing your training.
Helldiver, grave tidings. The automatons are a far greater threat to liberty than we were led to believe.
Begin. It's taking forever.
Choose where to join your fellows in right.
Let's take it so long.